Hello. This is Big C, the Chameleonaire, Capital Boxing, back at you with another one. We're going to get right into it. Man, post-fight reaction from the fight and everything else there, man. We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to see also what's next for the fighters. What's next on the agenda for the fighters. And also, we're going to preview 2021, man. Big year, man. Hope we get out of everything else there. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a year. So let's get right into it, man. If you seen my earlier video, guys, you seen that I said, far as the prediction of the fight, that I said that Earl Spence Jr. would be able to have a little more in the tank than we said Danny Swift Garcia. That became true. Danny Garcia did everything well in the fight. This was a kind of boring fight. On a side note, guys, we got to get into this. For the casual fan, boxing took maybe a slight step backwards. I don't know if someone would want to pay $74.99 for what we've seen if they're not a casual fan. But for us boxing gurus like myself, we've seen a lot of work. Earl Spence Jr. came back, won the title, good jab all night, good work to the body, outworked them, the things that we thought Earl was going to do. And Danny Swift Garcia just didn't take the chances. He didn't dare to be great. I don't know, maybe he stayed in some, whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, Danny Garcia did not have the output as far as the punches that he needed to beat a guy like Earl Spence Jr. So check my video from my predictions, and that's basically what happens going on there. Ding, ding, round two. Now we want to get into Danny Garcia, what should be next for him. And when we looked at this, me and my guys looked at this, we found a very good scenario. Now, Danny Garcia, let me give you a little history. Let me give you a little history in boxing. If you have a fighter that's been fighting for a while, won some championships, now took like 3 or 4 losses within his career, we call him now what we call a gatekeeper or a journeyman. And I'm not disrespecting Danny Garcia, saying that he's a journeyman, but I'm just saying, as far as like now he could be a gatekeeper, make a lot of good fights, and make a money for himself, and maybe get back into a title fight himself. So let me explain what I'm talking about. Danny Garcia, can go on and fight like an up and coming fighter like Boots Ennis, Jerome Boots Ennis. I think they're both out of Philly and everything else there. If Danny beats him, he's right back in title contention, and you can give Boots Ennis. If you don't know, Boots Ennis is one of the new greatest guys coming up in the welterweight division. He's unstoppable. This guy's mean. He's in the risk reward category that Earl Spence was in, that I talked about in my last video. As far as no one wants to fight him because he's too good but too young. So Danny Garcia can be a gatekeeper for fights like that. You know, it's another guy out there, too, as well, and they say maybe Mikey Garcia. But in a nutshell, Danny can take one of those fights like that. If Danny wins, wow, right back into contention. If the new Lion wins, we all win. We got a new soldier up there at 147. So that's just my take on what should Danny do. Now let's get into it. In my last video, I entitled it New Heights for the winner of this fight. So let's talk about it. Ding, ding. We have Earl the Truth Spence Jr. Just come off. He's the king cow now. Everyone knows that. So what's next for this guy? 2021. What's next for this guy? So now I'm going to give you 2 sides of this scenario. I'm going to give you who's next. Who? I'm not telling you this. This is what the barbershop, I told you, the streets is telling me. Well, you ain't going to get it nowhere really than this here from Crew Love. The next person that everyone wants to see him fight is Bud Crawford. Everyone knows the fight. Everyone knows it. It's a fight like Mayweather-Pacquiao on another end. It's just not baked in. We'll go into that. It's like we overcooked Mayweather-Pacquiao. This one right here, we can get, when it's not overcooked, it'll be the fight. I mean, far as, I know I'm a boxing fan, but I'm just saying it has crossover appeal. And comment in the section below and tell me what do you think about far as what I'm saying as far as the fight. But let me give you the business sense of it. Right now, far as that fight being made with Bud and Spence. Now, let's take Bud Crawford for example. Bud Crawford, I'm gonna give you a little bit of breaking news if you haven't heard of this. Everything else there. He's currently in a contract with Bob Burnham, top ranked ESPN. They got into a beef. Bob Burnham said, I can't promote you. I'm losing money, whatever, Bob. I know you're older, but God, I think Bob just been He been rumbling for a long time, guys. But at the same time, it's time for so Bud is going to get out of the contract in October of next year. That's why after Bud fight with Kell Brooks, he said he wanted to fight Pacquiao. Bob Arum can cash out. Terrence Crawford, you cash out. You use the Mayweather blueprint, and you get your butt over there in October. We're gonna make a big fight, which that's the end game with all of that. On Buzz, and he's already talking to the masked man, Al Heyman, if you don't know, breaking news, as far as that happening. So Al is like saying, I'm not going to fight you next, maybe in April or May, when you're going to be out of your contract. That's just like saying an NBA player is going to get out of his contract. You're not going to sign him on that last lame duck year of his contract. You're not going to do that. Same thing with Al Heyman say. So what's next for Spence? Everyone, this is what the streets tell me. I don't know. This is what the streets, the barbershop just told me. They said that they should, Spence should go back and get either, get this, get this, Keith Thurman, Keith one-time Thurman, and I hear the other ones chipping in my ear too. And it's another fight, the rematch with Sean Porter. So these are the two fights that he needs to take next, get that money, and then we'll have an all big Al event without Top Rank in October of next year for the biggest fight everyone wants to see and everything else there. That's the fight scenario for 2021. Please go in the comments sections below and tell me how you feel about that scenario and understand the business sense of it. It makes it go, because at the end of the day, it seems like everyone will win in that scenario. So again, thank you guys for coming out. I want you to go to my sponsor right here. It's Crew Love, where it's all the way about love with us. And also, you can also help grow the channel. Help grow the channel. I'm sorry. Oh wow! Just give me a drink here. Help grow the channel here by going to Capital Box. $ Capital Boxing with an OL. Also follow me on IG at Capital Boxing DC. And everything else there. Each one teach one. Look, follow the way. Follow the way. We're going to keep on making videos. We got another great video coming out from you soon, guys. Hey, thanks again, and thanks for all the support.